Do you struggle to complete the OET roleplay in 5 minutes? Watch this video where we show you how it can be done effectively. Let's go! Hello, I'm Jo from Specialist Language Courses. We are OET Premium Preparation Providers, which means you are in the right place for your OET preparation. Make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel and hit that bell so you're notified every time we upload a new video. Let's begin! In the OET speaking test, you are given a role card with information about a patient and some tasks to complete. You have 3 minutes to prepare. You complete a 5-minute role play with an interlocutor and then repeat with another role card. Here is an example. The role card has information about the setting, the patient, and some tasks to complete. During the preparation time, you should read the context and underline key points about the setting and patient. Underline the task verbs and think of useful language to use, and decide how you are going to begin the role play. Here we can see that it's a home visit. The patient is 71 years old and we are checking on the swelling and that they have been following the doctor's advice. We can also see that the patient has recently been widowed, so have an idea of how their mental state might be. And here are the tasks. Find out the level of pain. Reassure the patient that another blood clot is unlikely. Find out if they have been taking their medication. Suggest ways to modify their lifestyle. Be sympathetic to their reluctance, and suggest they become involved in some social activities. So what would this role play look like in action? Let's take a look at a demonstration. Watch the video and make notes on how the nurse begins the interaction, finds out information, makes suggestions, explores the patient's concerns, demonstrates empathy, encourages the patient to respond, and ends the role play.
Good morning, Mrs. Jones. My name is Alexia. I'm the community nurse. I've been asked to pop by and see how you're doing and see how your leg's doing. May I come in?
Yes, please come in, nurse. Hello.
Hello. How are you feeling?
Yeah, okay. I mean, the swelling's gone down a little bit, but
Right,
not
okay.
much, and I still feel like I'm in quite a lot of pain.
Okay, I'm really sorry to hear that. Can you tell me on a pain scale where 0 is no pain and 10 is the worst pain, what number you would give the pain you're currently experiencing?
I don't know. I mean, I'd say maybe around a 6.
Gosh, that's quite a lot of pain. I'm
Mm.
so sorry to hear that. Can I ask if you have any other concerns other than being in pain, obviously?
I mean, only that I really don't want this to happen again. I'm really worried about having another blood clot, you know?
That's completely understandable under the circumstances. However, a blood clot is really unlikely, provided you're taking the medication and doing the exercises that the doctor recommended. Can I ask you, are you taking the medications?
Yes, most of the time.
Right, but not all the time?
Well, I must admit, I mean, sometimes I forget in the evening. You know, they're in a cupboard and I just, if I don't see them, I forget to take them. So, yeah.
Right, okay. Have you considered putting them somewhere obvious and setting an alarm for yourself to remind you to take them?
I haven't, but that sounds like a good idea.
Great. Okay, so let's set that up today. What I can do is I can set a timer on your phone so that an alarm goes off, and maybe we can arrange together a place where you can find them comfortably and remember to take them. How do you feel about that?
Okay, yeah, that's good. Thank you, nurse.
Okay, good. So you mentioned about your concerns about having another blood clot. Obviously, the medication is important, but also modifying your lifestyle a little bit is quite important. If you remember, the doctor recommended that you cut down on smoking and drinking and kind of increasing your exercise. How do you feel about that now?
I mean, I just feel like I'm a bit too old to change my lifestyle, you know? I mean, what's the point?
Right, I see. 71's not old these days, of course. We don't consider you to be old. But can I make a suggestion about increasing your exercise? Would that be okay?
Yeah, yeah.
So down the road, actually from you, there is a community centre where quite a few people meet. Some of them are bereaved, similarly to you, and it may be really nice to like walk down there and meet up with other people. There are people that go for walks around the neighbourhood, and they meet for coffee and things like that. Do you think that's something you might like to try?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I do need to get out and about. I mean, I do, you know, I used to go walking with my husband, and since he died, I've just not really felt like I want to go outside, but I suppose I should. I just feel a bit depressed, you know. I'm missing my husband.
It's completely understandable, Mrs. Jones. You really have our deepest sympathies for the loss of your husband. We're so sorry. However, I think for you to kind of get out there and start socializing again would be really beneficial. It would really be beneficial for your health, but also for your mental health and your well-being. We can organize that for you, and we can accompany you for your first couple of times if you think that that would be helpful.
Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe I'll try that.
Okay, great. That's brilliant. I'm so pleased to hear that you're willing to give it a go. So just to go over what we've discussed, you're going to use your alarm on your phone that I'm going to set up for you so that you're reminded when to take your medications. You're going to take it regularly.
Hmm.
You're going to start increasing your exercise a bit. We can discuss your lifestyle at a later date, and we're going to get you out of the house and down socializing a little bit. Do you have any questions for me?
No, that's all very clear. Thank you very much, nurse. I'll promise to try those things.
You're welcome.
So that was an example of how this role play can be done within 5 minutes. Now let's take a look at some of the effective language the nurse used in this role play. To begin the role play, the nurse introduces herself and states the reason for visiting. They also ask permission to enter the patient's house, making reference to the home visit setting. The nurse uses lots of effective questions to find out information. For example, how are you feeling? Can you tell me on a pain scale what number you'd give the pain you're experiencing? Can I ask you, are you taking the medications? She begins with open questions, moving on to closed questions and asking for specific information. And when the patient responds with sometimes, the nurse summarizes what they've just said by saying right, but not all the time, to clarify what they mean. For making suggestions, the nurse asks, have you considered putting them somewhere obvious? Can I make a suggestion? And using these questions involves the patient in the discussion. The nurse also uses phrases such as, it would be really beneficial, functional language for suggesting. To explore the patient's concerns, the nurse asks early on in the role play, can I ask if you have any other concerns? And she refers to these concerns and relates her explanations to these elicited concerns. Demonstrating empathy is very important in the OET role play by saying things like, I'm really sorry to hear that. That's completely understandable. The nurse does this throughout the role play. It's also important to encourage the patient to respond. And the nurse said things such as, how do you feel about that? Would that be okay? Do you think that's something you might like to try? Do you have any questions for me? And she gives the patient many opportunities to respond and contribute ideas. And finally, ending the role play. The nurse says, so just to go over what we've discussed, and she then summarizes the main points discussed and the plan of action. She then ends by saying, do you have any questions for me? To find out if the patient needs any further information. If you want more help with your OET speaking, check out our other videos on our YouTube channel. Link below. Top tips for OET speaking. Prepare during your self-study. Practice with a colleague or study buddy. Use the 3-minute preparation time effectively. Be confident and succeed in the OET exam. So the role play we just looked at was a home visit, but imagine that situation was in a community centre or a GP clinic. How would you begin that role play instead? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like and share with your friends and colleagues so we can help more people achieve success in the OET exam. Don't forget to check out our website, the link's below, to see how we can help you ace the exam. See you next time. Bye! Now I'm going to show you a demonstration of this roleplay now. I've said now twice. Top tips for OET speaking. Prepare during something. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more. I said looks like twice. Sorry, don't spill your coffee. So